Hello friends, I am Sanjay Gupta. In this video, I am going to discuss about loop control statements in Java. So before starting, if you are facing visibility problem in this video, you can improve your pixel setting by going into the setting option. Now you can note down these information. These information will be beneficial for your study and placement purposes. Now coming on to the topic, first we have to discuss about the loop. So loops are used to repeat a set of instructions more than one time. So for this purpose, loop requires three parts, in which first is initial value, which is also known as beginning value of the loop. Second part is increment or decrement, by which the control variable is modified each time through the loop. It is also known as iteration of the loop. So with the help of increment or decrement operation, we can rotate loop till the termination condition matches. So third part is loop continuation condition, or you can say it is known as termination condition. So termination condition decides whether to repeat the loop or to terminate the loop. So we have to implement all these three parts for each type of loop. So first type of loop is for. So here is the syntax of for loop. A for loop is a type of loop in which all three parts of loop are available in a single statement. So inside parenthesis, first initialization, then semicolon, then loop continuation condition, then again semicolon, then increment or decrement. After that, body of the loop is available. So first initialization takes place, then condition is checked, then body of the loop will be executed, then increment or decrement operation will be performed, then again condition will be checked. So initialization will be done only one time, and rest of the three parts will be checked until the condition is false. So here is the example of for loop. In main function, counter is a variable which is initialized with 1. Condition is counter less than equals to 10. Then system.out.print will print the value of value which is available inside counter. Then counter plus plus will increase its value by 1. Then again condition will be checked. Then counter will print its value. Then again counter plus plus will be executed. So this loop will repeat 10 times, and natural numbers starting from 1 to 10 will be printed on console with the help of this for loop. So the benefit of for loop is that we can mention initialization, termination condition, and increment decrement operation in the one line which is available with the for keyword. So you can implement these programs with the help of for loop. First is to calculate factorial, then print Fibonacci series, then print natural numbers in reverse order, and to print the following pattern. So I hope you have implemented these programs in C language also. So you have to just convert these programs with the help of Java language. So second type of loop is while. So while syntax is simple. In this we have to mention condition within parenthesis, then body of loop is available. Inside body of loop we can mention increment or decrement, and outside loop we can use initialization statement. So here is the example of while loop. This int I equals to 0 is known as initialization statement. Then while is having condition I less than equals to 10. Then system.out.println will print the value of I on console. Then I plus plus will be considered as increment operation. So for loop, which I have discussed earlier, is divided here into three different statements, which has become while loop. So if you want to mention initialization, condition, and increment decrement on separate places, then you can prefer while loop instead for loop. So these are some programs which you can implement with the help of while loop. First is to print sum of all digits of a number, then print reverse of a number, then check whether number is palindrome or not, then check whether number is Armstrong or not. So you can implement these programs because you might have implemented these programs in C language also. Third type of loop is do while. So do while statement is similar to C and C++. In do curly braces we write body of the loop, then with while we have to mention condition. So it is also known as bottom tested loop. So it has a drawback. If condition is false first time, then also it will repeat one time, at least one time. So we have to implement do while loop whenever we know that we have to execute all the statements at least one time without checking the condition. So here is the example. This is initialization statement, counter equals to 1. Then inside body of the loop, a counter is printed. Then plus plus counter is increment operation. Then with while counter less than equals to 10, condition is checked. So if we want to repeat one cycle of the loop without checking the condition, then we can prefer do while loop. So for and while loops are top tested, whereas do while loop is known as bottom tested loop. So after discussing these three loops, there is another loop which is for each loop. It is new in Java. It is not available in C and C++. This loop is particularly used with array. So to access elements of array, we can use for each loop. So this is the syntax: for keyword, then parameter, it will be a variable, then colon and name of array, then body of the loop will be there. So here is the example for this loop. I have declared an array which is having these elements, then total variable. Now for loop contains int number variable. So this number variable will receive elements from this array, and that number will be added into total. So you can see that while accessing array, we can use for loop. In for loop, we have to mention initialization, condition, and increment, decrement. But in this for each loop, I have not mentioned initialization, condition, and increment, decrement. So this for each loop is particularly for accessing elements of array, so that we do not have to mention condition and other statements which are required with for loop. So you can use for each loop while you are using array, or you are implementing program based on arrays. So implement these array related program with for each loop. So first program is to read an array and find out maximum, then find out maximum and minimum from an array, then find out maximum and second maximum from an array, and perform linear search. So do practice of these programs, because you might have implemented these programs in C language also. So for each loop is new for you, and it is only applicable with the arrays. So implement all the array related program with the help of for each loop. So these are my information. You can use these information for your study and placement purposes. Thank you for watching this video.